We're a husband and wife team that run the business, and Helen started the business 7 years ago, really out of a passion for reclaimed wood and a desire to just promote and build a business out of recycled materials. We started off working with one small workshop in the UK who make reclaimed wood dining tables and bedroom furniture, and from there it's grown into a bigger organisation. It's largely an online business, but with a showroom space for customers to come and visit. As the business scaled and grew, we just moved beyond the point where we could continue to manage it on spreadsheets. And I think, like most businesses in the early days, that's how you start things off. You've got free tools available and you try your best to manage in that way initially, and very quickly the functionality that's available there it becomes completely just cannot cope. So we needed a system that would understand what the back orders that we have, the container ordering program that we have, the customer back orders, and that could put it all together so that we can accurately offer customers an indication of how long it is going to be before they get their dining table once they place an order with us. Some of the challenges with selling furniture: it is highly competitive, as any retail space is. And I guess the main areas that we need to be competing on are price and speed of delivery and availability of stock, and having the right stock available is a big challenge within that. That's where Khaos Control Cloud really helps us to understand what it is we have in our warehouse on order, what our customers are buying, so that we can hopefully have the right stock available at the right levels to deliver as quickly as possible. We found as we grow, and I think as the internet matures as a place for shopping, that customers' expectations are increasing all the time with the accuracy of information that you provide them. And so we work really hard to provide that accurate information. So if we say that a dining table is going to be with you in 7 to 10 days, it really needs to be, because that's the most annoying thing for a customer, is if something is late or if you're inaccurate in your claims that you make. So we realised that we needed something that could help us do that, and that's what Khaos Control Cloud does. It's fundamental in what we do and in informing the communications that we have with customers. So from a sales point of view, people who are talking to customers about a potential order, that conversation is informed by the data and the output from Khaos Control Cloud. Once a customer has placed an order and they contact us for an update on when they're going to receive it, again, that's informed by the system, by the platform. I think it's fair to say we'd be pretty lost without it. Training, the whole onboarding, the whole support process has been great. It's been multi-dimensional, I guess, starting with our initial on-site training, which was brilliant and gave us a good and thorough initial understanding of the system and what it could provide for us. But like any system, it's really only when you start to use it that actually you realise what it is that you don't understand and what it is that it can do. And we engaged with Khaos Control Cloud in a regular series of consultative training sessions over the first couple of months of our journey, really to bed the system in with us so that we could understand it, so that the team at Khaos Control Cloud could understand our processes, and we needed to tweak those, and we needed to understand where there might be workarounds on the system so that we could marry the functionality of the system to what we were doing. And that happened really over the process of about 2 or 3 months through really regular consultative training sessions, which were great. And of course, there's also the in-app support as well. There's great videos in there, and I think it's fair to say we used those videos a lot when we got going, when we first in the early parts of our journey with the system, when you realise, there's a lot to learn. The system has a lot of functionality. There are lots of features we use within the system. I think probably the whole area around our purchasing is probably the most fundamental. So our sort of multi-pronged approach to purchasing through our container ordering long-term, 12 to 16-week lead time, bulk purchasing, our just-in-time ordering process. So if we take a customer order for something and we need to dip into our supplier's stock because it's an item that we don't tend to stock ourselves, Khaos helps us to manage that. And then there's also the topping up of items that we do stock, but we're a long time from our next container order, and therefore we top them up from our supplier stock. So that whole purchasing side of the system is fundamental to us being able to manage that and keep a track of what we've got, what else we need to order on a week-by-week basis. What's the future for Modish Living? Well, firstly, I think the sales channels are a big area for us that we are looking to expand into. At the moment, we sell mainly through our website and in store, but we're looking to expand that into online marketplaces as well over the coming year. We're also developing a secondary brand and potentially a third brand to come along that will have probably tighter offers, and it might mean that Modish Living's offer is somewhat restricted and other parts of the offer go into a second brand, and that will enable us to make those individual brands tighter and a little easier to understand as they're out there in the public space. Everything, all of that we know can be handled and managed through Khaos Control Cloud. So we've got lots to build and lots of exciting plans, and we'll be using the system to help us through that.